going on, everybody? Bones back in the Shock Surplus Shock for more shock talk, and today I think you guys will be just as excited as I am because we're talking about the Dobinsons MRR three-way adjustable coilover lift systems for your 21 plus Bronco. I know you guys have been asking. Dobinson teased them and waited a long time before releasing them. So these have been something I think all of us have been really waiting for. So before we take the time to throw them on my own Bronco and actually test them, I wanted to give you guys a brief overview and unboxing of what to expect with this kit. Dobinsons by no means is a new name, but here stateside, there's a lot of people who haven't heard of them yet. They're a company from down under, just like many of the other companies from Australia, that do basically everything for your vehicle, from snorkels, bumpers, rooftop tents, racks, to suspension. So they're looking at upgrading your vehicle as a whole, which is why everything they sell is really a shock and spring kit or a complete package. In the case of these Broncos, you're getting it all together, so that is going to be the case. But if you have something else, there are some cases where you might be able to interchange those parts, but realistically, you're going to want to keep it all within the family. Dobinsons MRRs exist as the best thing you can get in the shock department from Dobinsons, and rather than go down the rabbit hole of trying to give you race level performance when they're tuning their shocks, they're trying to give you a really solid package that rides great on the trail, gives you lots of control, and works great on the street as well. These are one of the few options on the market that actually have a rebound adjustment, but they take it a step further and give you dual speed compression as well. Overall, that's 10 speeds or 10 clicks of high speed compression, 20 clicks of low speed compression, and 15 clicks of rebound adjustment. So you can really dial these in for the way you want to use them. Now, although they're really optimized as more of a trail oriented damper, they will still boogie if you tune them as such. It really makes them something I'm super stoked about because I've been running a lot of setups that have been kind of stiff. So I know that I will probably be able to party almost as hard out in the desert while being a lot more comfortable on my computer than a lot of the stuff we ran previously to this. Now, Dobinson does it right. They're spring guys, and spring guys will always spring around. They actually take the time to do different spring rates for two-door and four-door models, which not a lot of companies do. I've found driving a two-door that a lot of times, one, lift heights vary wildly on the two-door compared to a four-door, but ride also feels a lot firmer. We've also had a lot of customers running their four doors, not getting as much lift as they want, not carrying load as well as they want, and just feeling a little loose. So taking the time to actually make a specific setup for each application makes a world of difference. Now, talking about those springs, usually Dobinsons gives you a wide array of different spring options. In this case, for the Broncos, there's just the one, but that spring does the majority of your lift. On non-Sasquatch models, that's 2.5 to 3.5 in the front, 3 in the back. Sasquatch, 1.5 to 2.5, and 2 in the back. And then any of the large amount of preload adjustment you still have can be used to offset additional constant load. So not only can you still get the height you're looking for, you don't have to run a stiffer spring that might hurt ride. Since these can be kind of optimized for a lot of different weight loads as well, with that preload adjustment, you can also use that dampening adjustment to really dial things in. Now, I ride light. I got a two-door, 2.3. It's a manual. I put nothing in the back of my rig. So I'm probably going to have slower rebound and softer compression settings than you might if you have additional constant load, but the more weight you add, the faster you get rebound, the stiffer you get compression, and you'll be able to dial things in. Now, looking at these, they are fairly long in travel. We'll get you numbers on the full review, but these are well within the range of everything else out there. A lot more travel than like a Fox 2.5 or the Bilstein 6112s, but probably not as much as an Icon. So you'll expect probably 11 in the front, 12 in the back, or 10.5 front, 11 to 12 in the back, which is still very good. Being that this setup is more optimized for regular trail use, that means you're going to get a lot of good flex and good articulation out of this suspension system. Now, I was super stoked when I saw this. This particular MRR kit comes with a 60 millimeter piston, 2.6 inch diameter body, whereas a lot of the other kits for mid-sized stuff like my Bronco only gets a 2.2. And IMS only gets the 2.2 and 50 millimeter piston as well. So that step up to the 2.6 body, 60 millimeter piston really is going to make it so they have tons of dampening force without having to be set up super stiff. Again, love to see it. Now, overall, we generally find that the Dobinsons, although won't last as long as something like a Bilstein, which goes forever, still outlast most any other serviceable damper on the market. So it's not out of the question to get 60, 70,000 miles out of them. And then you don't have to buy another set. You just rebuild them for a fraction of the cost. The other thing that I love about these is they use OE style mounts, at least on the lower. The upper is still a conversion mount like a lot of other coilovers, but they use natural rubber bushings, which isolate more noise, vibration, and harshness, and can potentially last a lot longer than a metal on metal joint, like a rod end spherical bearing. This means, although, you know, a spherical bearing might take up more all-out abuse, these will last longer and kind of help ride and handling a little bit. Less of that road harshness and the vibration and harmonics you feel through the road will be transmitted into the suspension, which means more comfort, less road noise. We love all of that. Now, I did say these don't come with any different spring options, but they are available in different colors right now. Teal and black are the only options, but red will be coming soon. So if you're particular about colors, which I'm not, but if you want to make sure your rig matches top to bottom, these are a great option. Now, we're going to put these on, we're going to test them, we're going to give you the real world feel on how they actually feel, but I have no problem saying that this is probably the best, more trail-oriented setup for these Broncos right now. These are probably one of, if not the only option at this price point currently available that is going to ride exponentially better than stock in all situations, which I think most people are looking for. A lot of times you spend more money on suspension and expect it to be more comfortable on your way to work, and oftentimes, although it's more comfortable on the trail, that's not the case. I do think these will be super comfortable. Like I said, we're going to get these tested soon, but another fun thing we're doing, and we'll try to get a little video coverage for you, is we will be converting a set of these to run SDI's E-Click universal reservoirs, so they have electronic control. I think of all the options available, this might take the cake as the best option to SDI-ify, to get electronically controlled shocks, because you still retain that rebound adjuster. So you have that little tool in your back pocket for whenever it feels like it's bouncing more than you would like it to, and the SDIs aren't controlling things, or the SDIs aren't doing everything you need them to do. Now, these electronic control reservoirs are only working on the compression side, which most of the time is all people need, but depending on your rig, your setup, and how your butt dyno is calibrated, it will be very nice to have that additional rebound adjustment. Now, we do have the IMS as well, which just came in, and we'll actually be testing those next. But after that, these MRRs go on, so stay tuned for both of those reviews and the unboxing on the IMS. But if you have questions about these, anything else we carry, don't hesitate to give us a comment below, give us a shout on the site, and make sure you're subscribed for the next episode of Shock Talk. In the meantime, see y'all out on the trails.